my show.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, can you let everyone a little about yourself?
Sorry.
Can you let everyone know about yourself? Sorry, tongue twisting there.
So, hi, my name is Aline Humbert. I come from France, from the north of France, but I was in Paris before coming to Los Angeles. And I've been acting for 10 years now.
Wow. What made you move from France to the United States? That's a long ways.
I know, right? Opportunities, because first I was in France so for 7 years. I went to acting school there, and I had a great time. But the thing is that you're going to be so shocked when I'm going to tell you this. Uh, it's amazing when you can submit to one thing per week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying audition, just submitting.
Mm-hmm.
Here, like I have like 10 self-tapes per day. So, and with COVID, it was even worse. I know actors who were in the same school as me in France who were supposed to be the rising stars of French cinema to revolutionize French cinema, who won like very prestigious awards. And right now they're going back to theater because there's not that much work and they cannot find work. And after COVID, during COVID, I auditioned for schools here, and I thought, oh my God, Americans are amazing. Like they're gonna not take me, but would like be fun to audition. And they actually took me. So I was like, okay, well, let's get crazy and live the American dream. Uh, and let's go. So that's how I got here.
Wow, amazing story. So you moved here during the pandemic?
No, just after
Oh,
I
after.
did, my audition, because I to come here, I thought the easiest way was to go with the student visa. Also, because even though I knew how to act in France in French, was like acting in English is very different, and acting for camera is very different too because I have a theater training, and so I came here on a student visa, and where I was going with that. What was the question? Sorry.
No, I just the question was you moved here during the pandemic, but you
Yes.
answered you said no, but
So I came here on a student visa, and initially I was supposed to come here during the pandemic, and I asked to do it a year after because I was like, well, if it's to do it on Zoom, like if it's to come to Los Angeles and then do it by Zoom, like it's very expensive, and I prefer to wait and actually have the full
mhm,
experience. So just after, we're still wearing masks in class,
okay.
just after.
Oh wow. Um, what do you love about acting the most?
Ah, what I love about acting. I think it's the detective work. Uh, to read a text and have to like pick up all the little cues, all the little
Hmm.
things, and like understand what the character is doing. And sometimes even finding things that even the writer did not see. To be like, oh my God, like just like that word or like that, oh my God, that happened and blah, blah. And like I initially, like as I said, I was trained in theater. I could not read a play. I could not understand anything because there's not a lot of explanations of what's going on. And I would read it and be like, what is happening? And with training, just like even if they say nothing, you can see the like almost like a movie like in your head, and you're like, oh, that it's happening because of that and blah blah blah. And yeah, it's really the detective work and like the work on the language and all that. I It's great. And then like it's amazing, you can like today I did six self tapes, and I was an addict, and then I was a doctor, and and you can do like all kinds of jobs in one day. So
Hmm.
it's
That's great.
great.
Crazy to get to experience all the roles, doctor and addict, police officer, all kinds of stuff. But that's the one thing you love about it. That's the one thing about acting. We get to experience all these roles. So that's amazing. To change the subject a little bit is what can you tell everybody about yourself? What's your favorite hobby? Um, what do you like to cook? And I have another question, but we'll go after that.
My God. About myself, I think my biggest character trait is that I have a dog. And people who know me know how much that's big. We have like matching t-shirts, matching sweaters. I'm the typical millennial girl in her 20s. My dog's my baby. I think that's my biggest characteristic. Um, I don't know. My favorite show is Big Bang Theory. And when I like in France, it's very common. But when I arrived here, a lot of people told me that their grandparents were watching this.
Hmm.
So that's another little fun fact. Oh my God, I don't know.
Um,
Anything in particular?
what kind of dog do you have?
A Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Okay. Oh
She's
wow.
trying. She's sleeping just there. She's a little too far for me to grab her. Maybe if she wakes up at some point and she comes by, I will like.
Yeah, no problem. Um, what's how's how has your experience been in acting in LA?
Um, mm, it's been peculiar because, well, first of all, as I told you, there's way more opportunities, so that's great. Everyone has their shot. There are things like open calls, which we don't really have at home, except for background and still. So that was really cool. The thing though is that the auditions that I would have back home, like there were not a lot, but it was way more like on the artistic side and all that. And here I feel like the main part of my work is actually on my computer because since there's a lot to do, you don't really have time to really dig into something. And also you spend so much time submitting and editing and writing things and all that, and in the end it's so much like about funding and finding also agents and all that, that it loses a little bit about the artistic side and the craft. So I think that's a little sad, but maybe it's just me. I
Oh,
need to
excuse
find
me.
and get like on with it. Bless
Sorry.
you.
Sorry. Allergies. That's why I've been kind of muting myself and covering my nose. I do apologize.
All good.
Allergies, allergy seasons. And so, um, what is the most one thing you would say to help you succeed in this film industry?
Hmm. One thing in particular is that there's a lot of amazing actors that became like a thing like when they were young. There's also amazing actors who like had to struggle for a long time. And so like what I tell myself when things are getting a little low or all that is that it's fine. Harrison Ford started acting like super late. There's De Funès, he's a French actor who started when he was like 60. So I started acting like on the late here in America because I arrived here like well into my 20s. And so I was like, oh my God, a lot of people are 18, 19, all that. But that's that's something that I tell myself a lot. Like I was on the phone with a friend in Romania earlier
Hmm.
in the day, and I was telling her like, oh yeah, like right now it's a little like slow. I feel, and she was like, baby, think of Pascal. He struggled for a long time, and now look at him. Uh, so that's something. And also with my mom, we always say que sera sera. If something doesn't go your way and all that, it's because it wasn't meant to go your way, and it's fine. It's always a lesson. Just continue, take the hit, and then like feel it and then go on.
Very true, 100%. Can we talk more about your recent performance in the Hollywood Fringe Festival?
So I did my show If We Were a Movie. It's a solo performance that I wrote produced, directed, acted. It was really a one-woman show. It was a one-woman orchestra, and actually, I've been wanting to do something like that for a few years now, but I was very unsure of my writing. And at school, I could choose here between musical theater, Shakespeare, and solo performance, so like writing. And I was like, well, writing terrifies me, so let's do that. And I wrote like it was like 9 minutes long, and I had such a blast, and I took so much confidence in my writing that I was like, okay, you know what? Let's make it longer. Let's take it out. It was a big hit at school. I don't see why not. And oh my God, I loved it. It was great. It's for the story a little bit because I'm teasing you there. Uh, it's so it's one woman show, but I
Hmm.
play multiple characters, and it's basically uh like it's called If We Were a Movie because it's the story of Lily, and she goes through life, going through trauma and all that, but it's fine and it doesn't matter because she sees everything as a movie. So it's for the plot. Everything's fine. It's because it's the plot twist. It's like it's climax there. It's fine. And so I try to make it a mix of humor because I'm a little clown,
Hmm.
and some bits are a little more heavy, but like it never lasts too long. And there's like little bits like for instance, at some point we talk about um women and like I think it's something very peculiar to my generation about children. uh do I want children? No. Why? What are the reasons? And I think it's something that's more modern than a few years ago because now we actually like
Hmm.
we don't have to. And she asked herself at some point, like, do I want a children? No. Why? Oh, actually, yes. Oh, but. And that was not originally in the show at the beginning. I didn't think of putting it, and then it became a big part at some point. And so yeah, it's a lot of questions. It's I think there's a lot of things that are like that most of all women will identify with, but not just. And yeah, I get passionate about that
No,
show.
no, I appreciate you telling the story. And where can people watch this film? Because it's so powerful.
So right now, so it was at Fringe. I might I had it recorded. It's not been edited yet, but I was thinking of putting it on a platform or something. And also I not this year, probably in 2025. I like to make it like even a little longer, make it like a full hour, and try and do it again in a theater or something because a lot of people were like, my God, you're doing that like at the end of June, and I couldn't come. So I might do a rerun. And yeah, platform like right now I think it's great that like one good thing about COVID is that we really made everything more accessible, and even theater. And
Mhm.
now there's actually platforms for theater online. And I think that's pretty cool when you live in a town without a theater or something. So yeah, I'm thinking of like taking my show and putting it on a platform or something.
My follow-up question is, do you like theater or on screen?
I like both. It's so different. It's nothing to do like I think it's Maggie Smith who said that she preferred theater because uh theater it exists only in the moment, and then like it's there's no past, there's no future, there's only the present, and if you mess up, there's still tomorrow.
Hmm.
Film, it's like for posterity. If you
Right.
mess up, well,
Well, that's the one thing I hear about theater. If you make a mistake, you can continue. But on camera, you make a you
Like
make a mistake. You're just
actually in theater, some of the best nights are where there are so many messes up, and you just go like with the other people, you just go with it, and you find like crazy stuff because you're like, okay, that's not at all what's happening. That's not even the good lines, and people are so in the moment that actually most of the times it becomes like some of the best performances. And everyone's like, wait, was that written or not?
hmm
But I also love cinema. Like I really got more experience in cinema here, obviously, Los Angeles, though. And really the whole uh, it's smaller.
hmm
It's but it's very subtle. It's very like I like that subtlety that is because in theater the person who paid their like the cheap seats, they need to see you, they need to understand what's going on. So like your body is doing like a lot of big things, and I really like in movies the whole like everything's in your eyes, and just like little muscles and all that, like you can just like sometimes you can just think about your subtext and literally your body will do the rest. And like it's I think both are so different but so interesting and complementary. Like I'm very happy that I started by working on theater because it's easier to do less than to do more. It's easier to erase. But you know, it's so different. Like the thing also with movies that I love is that you like it changes a lot. Like I love about theater that you're doing the same play for 6 months because exactly like Maggie said, if you mess up one night, there's still tomorrow. And you really have the time like to get fed up with your character. Then when it's filmed, it goes very fast and you're like, oh my God, I didn't like it's like you're missing the character way more because you didn't always have the time to really go deep and really like have that relationship with the character, but at the same time you get to experience way more things because you get to do something else and something else and something else. So I don't know, I think it depends on the script. I
That's
like
true.
both. I like acting for cinema, acting for theater. It depends on the script, I say.
Wow, that's 100% true. 100%. I totally agree with you. Um, three more questions is for you. What's your long-term goal?
An Oscar. Let's
Never,
go.
you never know. It can happen. It can happen.
I'm manifesting it. What do you think?
Hey, don't give up on your dream. My next
Exactly.
question for you is being in this industry,
Yeah.
okay? And uh, do you do you I know this is a maybe weird question, maybe not. But do you feel like that there is not enough women producers and directors in the entertainment industry? Or do you feel like it's a slow growing process in the entertainment industry? Um, there's not a not a right way to ask the question. Or maybe rephrase that. Clarity. Do you feel like there's not enough women directors and producers being nominated for like best pictures or winning an Oscar? I know I asked a lot of questions there. Maybe you can answer one of
I
those.
see. I see what you're going for. Um, First of all, I feel like I've not done enough research on that to actually like give like a very educated answer. I should like look into that more. Um, but I feel personally that there's still there's still like not as many women producers and directors as men. I will know that, but I feel like we're seeing more and more, and I think that's great. I think there's still road to do though, but there's like I really like the woman glaze that we see more and more. the woman gaze that we see more and more like in TV shows and all that. Um, but yeah, no, like it's definitely there needs to be more. And then I'm not educated enough on this subject, but I feel like for the awards, I'm not sure if it's because they're not nominated because they're women, or just because like since there's not as many as men, there's not like proportionality, you know?
Hmm.
Like you cannot then, just for the sake of being like, oh, we want like equal for men and women, like nominate a film that maybe is not just as good just because like, oh, we want to put like as many
Hmm.
nominated as women and men. And I'm not saying that women's movies are not good. Usually I prefer them, but there's less.
Hmm.
So objectively,
Right. Well, the reason I
proportion.
ask you, I'm sorry, the reason I asked that question is because I'm pretty sure a lot of audience are probably wondering, and especially men directors and men fan base and women fan base that support both are probably wondering, they find out when they see a film, they're like, wow, a woman produced this film. Why? And they're like, it's so good, right? And they're like, wait, why isn't they're getting nominated, or why we don't hear much about it? And you made a good point, and I personally believe it's growing. It really is growing.
Yeah,
And
growing.
so I know that's like a tough question. It's maybe a sensitive subject, but I like to ask that because I'm going to start asking that question more actually because I feel like a lot of women actresses, a lot of teenager actresses who are getting into the entertainment industry that want to start making films or start being an actress, they want to maybe know the questions like what can I do to be here, or what can I do to be here and be the same, or what can I do? So it's good to hear other viewpoints to learn lesson, not
And like
lessons, but you know.
there's, I think also, but like in everything, like women, like we still have to fight harder than men to
Hmm.
prove ourselves worthy. Um, but as you said, I think it's going in the right direction. Like if you see like Shonda Rhimes, she's slaying right now. Like Bridgerton is like, what is there?
Oh, it's okay.
And also My Lady Jane, that was a big hit
Hmm.
on Amazon. I wish they didn't cancel it because love that show. Also carried by a woman, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I feel that women are really like getting there, but there's still work to do. No, absolutely. We
Yeah,
still have to fight a lot more.
100%. I totally agree with you. I just wanted to get on that subject a little bit. On a happier note, what's your favorite genre and your favorite genre film or TV show, your dream that you want to be in?
Well, that's two different questions. Um, because my favorite genre to play as of now is comedy, just because it comes to me very easily. I'm a little clown. I love to make people laugh. Uh, so I would love to be in a comedy. I would love to be in comedies. But at the same time, it's a dream of mine to be in something like more dramatic and more. And you know, the fun thing is that I'm writing and producing myself, and I've done. There's like one short that's already out. It's called Another Chance, and it won. I was not expecting it to won that many awards. It was an absolute surprise, and it's absolutely dramatic. So I love to play comedy, and I think I'm pretty good at it. And at the same time, everything I write or film is dramatic. So I think there's a dichotomy there.
That's good. You want to get people on the edge of the seat and like, oh wow, get excited.
My favorite director was Hitchcock.
Mm-hmm.
so it's not very comedic for sure. But no, yeah, like I would love to play like a scream queen. How cool would that be?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Amazing, amazing. Um, my next question for you, brain freeze for a minute. Um, do you do you what oh sorry, brain freeze again. What what other projects are you going to be working on now?
So right now I just wrapped up on like me, I it was a wrap for me on a docu-series about international actors. And I don't want to spoil it too much, but about
No, I totally understand.
actors and students and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a series. It's in production still, I think, or just passing to post-production. So I'm really excited for that. Um, I am in pre-prod for a short film that's on the longer side of the short film. I don't want to spoil it either, but it should be funny. It's gonna be funny.
Well, I can't
And
wait.
but I cannot tell too much about it. It's I am in what's the name in English? We're talking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the last list for a TV show on a big platform that starts with A and ends with N.
Amazing.
So like we'll see. I don't want to jinx it, and anyway, I'm not allowed to say more than that. But crossing
We'll see, right?
fingers.
My last question for you is where can people find you and keep up with you? Social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, your well,
Okay.
not
Um,
email, but what how can how
not
can
email, yeah.
yeah, but
My phone
um
number and my SSN are.
no, but where can people find you?
Uh,
Your own YouTube channel. I mean, where can people find you?
so I have a lot of things. I know that there's a Facebook page. Um, there's not a lot of things posted though on that one, but I'm trying more. It's just my name, Aline Humbert. Um, I have a YouTube channel on which like I put a sneak peeks of some projects that I'm on and all that. I don't know if I like do I spell it or do you put it in the description of
If
the
you
video?
if you please spell it if you can.
Wait, let me tell you. Not sure if there's like like weird commas or something. Uh, I think it's just Aline Amber also. Yeah, it's at Aline and the lower bar Amber, and it's actually the same for my Instagram that I'm way more on. And there's also a website, but it's not actualized very often. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of articles and all that. Like I know that everything goes there, and it's alineambert.com. Everything's so simple with me.
Yes, so simple. Everything's so simple. Um, well, thank you. It's been an honor having you on my show.
It was so nice to talk to you. That was really nice.
Yes, I would love to have you back. Of course, you're more than welcome to please, find me on Instagram. I'll find you and we'll definitely stay in touch and I definitely want to have you back after your other projects are released um and let the
Love to.
audience know about more about you.
I would love to. That would be great.
Well, thank you again for coming on my show. It's been an honor.
Same. And well,
Eh,
see you soon then.
yes, thank you. And maybe next time when I have you on, you can teach me, is it French?
French. And I'm trilingual. I speak English, French, and Italian.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I should have said that in the fun fact.
No. So before I let you go, hold on. Where this is the last question. Where did you learn Italian? Are you originally from Italy or you?
I had an Italian boyfriend.
Wow.
The best way
No.
to learn a language. Pick
Mhm.
the language, find like a boyfriend or girlfriend from there. Gonna be bilingual like that.
Wow.
Best
So
motivation.
now when you audition in America, if they say, "Can you speak Italian?" you can say, "Me, me, me."
Yeah. Well, actually, also like that's the languages that I can speak fluently. Like if
Mhm.
I'm drunk, I can still speak it, you know.
Wow.
Um, but
So,
I'm European, so we learn a lot of languages. So those ones I won't be able to speak it if I'm like if I've had a few too many classes
mhm.
with the school and travel and all that and college and all those things. I
Right.
I know the basic, like I can speak Spanish, but like Spanish from Spain. So it's different. A lot of things are different from
Right.
like South America. But I have the basic. I lost a lot, but I can I won't die if I go like I can speak German and Russian.
Wow. That
I
is that's
know.
so impressive.
But
Really
like
is impressive.
fluently. I can learn lines and speak. I can pronounce it very easily, but it's gonna be hard to improvise or like. But like, yeah, if I go in Russia or Germany, I won't die. I will be able to ask for my directions.
But
So
still,
yeah,
it's impressive that you can learn those languages.
thank you.
That's really
Well,
impressive.
actually, it's also very helpful because even if my part is in English here, when you can speak the language, you have like the rhythm that comes, and so it becomes so easy to do the accent of the
Hmm.
country, speak English. So
Wow.
actually, it opens like a lot of parts for me, and I didn't even think about that when I arrived here. I was like, yeah, I can speak Italian. No one in America does it. And what is it gonna help me with? And actually, it's been helping me a lot. So
Hey, you never know, right?
exactly. You never know.
Never know. Wow, congratulations.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for coming on my show, and I look forward to having you back on my show, and we'll definitely follow each other on Instagram.
Yes, absolutely. It was a pleasure. Thank you so
You know,
much.
thank you very much, and I will talk to you very soon.
See you soon.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
bye bye.